New York, on Friday, March 25th. It's WWE Live. What will happen just 1 week before WrestleMania? The Yes Movement returns to the world's most famous arena for Daniel Bryan Night. See Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose take on Sheamus and Triple H in a tag team match. And for the first time ever at MSG, AJ Styles battles Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship. It's the WWE Live Road to WrestleMania Tour, Friday, March 25th. Tickets and VIP packages are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. Dan Barati here at MWF Studios, just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Massachusetts. Stay tuned at the end of this video to find out how you can personally support indie wrestling, important to all diehard fans of professional wrestling. Let's check out the hotly debated WWE Monday Night Raw from March 14th, 2016 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Social media lit up with fan commentary, and I have my own thoughts as well in regards to the Undertaker Shane McMahon angle, Triple H quote-unquote burying Dolph Ziggler, and the return of Roman Reigns. Raw opened up this week without that long 20-minute promo, and it was refreshing to see actual wrestling to open up Raw. WWE Tag Team Champions The New Day showcased their new Bootio's cereal and t-shirt that came out over the weekend for fans that might have missed Roadblock on WWE Network. New Day retained the titles against Alberto Del Rio and Rusev of the League of Nations. New Day defeated the tandem of Sheamus and King Barrett on the network exclusive in Toronto. So this series continues. Another fine tag team match, but the fan base continues to not care about the League of Nations in the least. The faction isn't just missing something, it's missing a lot. Post-match beatdown of the League on the New Day is perhaps their finest hour since they united as a foursome last fall. A much better angle here, destroying New Day, and a lengthy angle that's going to make fans remember it more, in my opinion. So it looks like the rumored tag team title rematch at WrestleMania will come to fruition April 3rd with New Day and the League. If anything can spicing up the League right now, it is the New Day, as the fans have really taken to them in recent months. Dean Ambrose came out for an in-ring promo. He put over the great title match he had with Triple H at Roadblock, saying he made a mistake, but he lives by the sword. He added to ask Triple H how he's feeling after the matchup, but I found that funny that neither Ambrose or Triple H, when he came out later on in the show, neither one of them was selling any type of injury from the match in Toronto. I don't know. Paul Heyman came out. He said the only thing stopping Ambrose from a beating is that he doesn't want to be responsible for ruining the main event of WrestleMania, and that Brock Lesnar is the main event. Ambrose kept egging Lesnar on until he charged the ring, and Ambrose took out a crowbar. Great stare down to end the segment. I like the intensity between the Ambrose and Lesnar feud. Ryback defeated Sin Cara, hitting 2 shell shocks while staring down the WWE United States champion Kalisto at ringside. After the match, Ryback said a good big man will beat a good little man anytime, and he challenged Kalisto to a title match at WrestleMania. Ryback has been as effective as he's been in WWE since he turned heel recently, and he provides a fresh opponent for Roman Reigns after he finally wins the championship. It would make little sense for Ryback to lay down to Kalisto at WrestleMania, but then again, I thought the same thing at WrestleMania 29, and Ryback wound up doing the job for Mark Henry. Stephanie McMahon came out to introduce Triple H, who went into a long promo about failures, and Roman Reigns would be added to that list at WrestleMania. That prompted Dolph Ziggler to come out. Stephanie treated him like he was a joke. Dolph asked Stephanie if he was going to fire him. I mean, they just did the same stupid angle that no one believed or bought a little over a year ago when the Authority returned from their firing when Ziggler pinned Seth Rollins to win the main event at Survivor Series 2014. Does anyone believe that anyone is going to be fired when watching a professional wrestling show? If the answer is no, why continue to do something that the fans don't believe in or care about? This went on and on until Stephanie slapped him and said he could have any match at WrestleMania he wanted, but he had to win the match on Raw tonight. In a match against WWE World Heavyweight Champion Triple H. Instead of just having a match on the spot, they held off to allow both men to change out of their clothes and into wrestling gear. I like that for a change, something that should be instituted in every in-ring confrontation. You know, as they say, build it up, brother. Far too many matches are just impromptu, and this little build of them, at least they gave the fans an hour to digest what they just saw. Sami Zayn defeated The Miz. Kevin Owens was on commentary for this one. Despite the issues with Zayn, Owens wound up distracting The Miz, and that led to a Zayn victory. It looks to be a possible multi-person WWE Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania in less than 3 weeks. Naomi and Tamina defeated Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. Lana came out before this match started. My thoughts on Brie are well known, and that the majority of her offense is weak and fake-looking. I don't like it. I don't know why it's on national television when there's so many non-wrestling roles to be had, such as the lovely Lana, who doesn't wrestle. Lana distracted Brie from ringside, allowing Team Bad to get the win. I unfortunately expect some kind of WrestleMania match out of this growing vendetta. The Usos defeated Adam Rose and Bo Dallas of the Social Outcasts in a really short match. Dudleys were at ringside to continue their program with the Usos. And does my wrestling judge believe the Usos will indeed take on the Dudleys at WrestleMania? That only surprises me because of the number of spots open at WrestleMania. We have a video with in-depth analysis on this. It'll probably be online as soon as you check out this recap. In a cool moment on the show, Mick Foley approached Dean Ambrose in the back in Pittsburgh, the home of the Hell in the Cell moment. And Ambrose wanted to know how Foley could do the things that he's done over his career. Mick's answer was simple. He was Mick Foley, and that Dean Ambrose was Dean Ambrose. He had a gift for Ambrose to use for WrestleMania. He said to forget about a crowbar, and then Foley passed the proverbial torch, handing Ambrose his baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Triple H defeated Dolph Ziggler in another great match, especially considering this was Triple H's second singles match since defeating Sting last year at WrestleMania. It's been a long layoff for the game. The announcers said it was 3 years since Triple H had a match on Raw. I'm not certain off the top of my head who it is against, but I believe it was Curtis Axel back when Axel was a Paul Heyman guy for that short period of time. Ziggler escaped 2 pedigrees and wound up being beaten similar to Ambrose at Roadblock as Triple H charged him off the ring apron into the guardrail. Ziggler struggled to beat the 10 count back into the ring. And then Triple H went for the 3rd pedigree attempt for the win. What blows my mind are the fans saying that Ziggler was quote-unquote buried here. He wrestled the WWE champion for almost 20 minutes. He escaped the finisher twice and was given a bunch of near falls. That's not burying anyone. Anyone that feels that way has no idea how professional wrestling works. Triple H is working the proverbial main event at WrestleMania. The champion should not be losing to anyone right now, no matter who it is. Triple H, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, a non-title match, title match. No, it's the wrestling business, not fandom. If you're in charge of WWE right now, would you have the champion get pinned in one of a handful of matches he's going to have before the main event of one of the biggest events in company history? To those that disagree with my personal opinion, I ask you to reconsider. I've been watching this for a long time. I've worked in the business for over 22 years. I love Ziggler. I think he's outstanding when given the right platform and thinks he's been extremely underutilized when the main roster is paper thin right now and desperate for heels. He'd be great in the Authority. He was given an excellent opportunity on Raw this week against Triple H, and I think Ziggler did great with it. He was not buried. After the match, we had a great angle in the return of Roman Reigns, not walking through the crowd, but coming out the entranceway. There was no laughing and happiness coming from Roman. He wanted revenge after Triple H put him on the shelf. Smashed Triple H's face off the announcer's table, as was done to him. Reigns tossed Triple H around the ringside area like a rag doll. The referees tried to stop it, but had no luck. They brawled into the crowd and into the production area. Reigns threw a toolbox off Triple H's head. We saw some color there. To fans, that is some old-school red blood. Reigns bashed an HDTV off of Triple H. They threw big garbage cans at each other. Officials, the Usos, Mark Henry, and Jack Swagger had to break it up. WWE cut the nonsense out of Roman Reigns' presentation since he turned babyface. He'd be as over as anyone in the company instead of getting booed out of the building by loud, diehard fans. To those that feel WWE has failed with Reigns, it's anything but. He's headlining multi-million-dollar events for WWE. He's selling millions of dollars worth of merchandise. If you don't like him, that's your personal opinion. Could Roman Reigns be used stronger? I believe so. I'd love to see a more angry, intense Reigns speaking in short sound bites instead of long 20-minute promos, but again, that's my own personal opinion. I feel WWE makes more money with that kind of presentation of Reigns, and I think more fans would like it than not. The roller coaster ride of Roman being happy Roman and angry Roman needs to end, whether he ultimately becomes the sports entertainment version of Roman Reigns that a lot of fans dislike, or a more aggressive superstar that fans have taken to more and past angles. Jacqueline was announced as part of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016. One classy lady. Liked Jackie a lot after meeting her during a 4-day swing of TNA events we took part in June 2007. Had a great 6-year run in WWE, along with a lot of national television time in both WCW and TNA. The first female African-American being inducted into the WWE, even more of a tip of the cap to her. We have a video up online now I'll try to link to with a much more in-depth look at Jackie. If you're going to be in Dallas for WrestleMania but don't have tickets to the sold-out WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, head on over to the BostonWrestling.com super site where we have a limited amount of tickets available. Goldust and R-Truth had another interaction with Truth dressed up as a penguin. I know Raw is rated PG, but stuff like this should be presented when more kids are watching earlier in the show, not at 9:30 or 10:30, whatever time this ran. I believe it was around 10:30. Older fans are likely just rolling their eyes or changing the channels at something like this. Neville defeated Chris Jericho via disqualification. Neville injured his leg during the match, and unfortunately he's going to be out for WrestleMania with a broken ankle. That's a real shame, as it looked like he was going to be involved in the Intercontinental title picture. There was some real tension going on between Jericho and Charles Robinson when Jericho tried to end the match quickly, and Charles Robinson stopped at a 2 count when he saw Neville's shoulder come up. WWE referees are instructed to call the match as if it is real. Jericho pushed Robinson for the disqualification, then shot down AJ Styles both before and after the match. AJ came out and hit a springboard forearm, but Jericho sold like he was shot by a bullet. The segment ended with the WrestleMania logo in between them. I'd expect an outstanding grudge match between both men in Dallas. In the main event segment, Vince McMahon came out first, running down Shane McMahon again. Undertaker was out next. Vince talked about his lapse of judgment and putting his hands on him 2 weeks ago. Then after getting the look of death from Undertaker, Vince said it was a lapse of judgment to bring it up again. Shane came out and it unfortunately went downhill. Shane said he was turning his body into a fighting machine as if he's some kind of UFC fighter, and described all the ways he was going to outsmart Undertaker in Hell in the Cell. Shane said Undertaker was Vince's bitch, which got a great reaction, and Taker grabbed him by the throat. Shane jumped out of it and threw some of the worst-looking punches you'd ever see, which Undertaker all but no-sold. Vince pushed Shane from behind into Undertaker, who chokeslammed him, leading to an intense stare-down between Undertaker and Vince to end the show. I continue to be blown away that any fan is supposed to take Shane McMahon as a legitimate threat to Undertaker at WrestleMania or any event. Shane's presented like a legend or a modern-day tough guy when he wasn't. He never was. He was a non-wrestler. He was a character. I mean, Shane did go balls to the wall to give fans exciting matches when he did wrestle, but this version of history with him, it's insane. This was one of the first Raws in a long time that held interest throughout the 3 hours for the most part, and it just about built something in every segment. I don't mind watching a bad segment, even if it's used to build someone or something. It's WrestleMania season. It's easy to do it with the material at hand now, this time of year, but it's the rest of the year where the building is truly lacking, in my personal opinion. The big angles created more interest in the money matches at WrestleMania, and that's what your weekly WWE television program should be all about. What did you think of Raw this week, fans? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. There's a variety of ways you can support indie wrestling fans. It's WrestleMania season, and we've got a wide variety of offers on the BostonWrestling.com super site, including a limited amount of tickets for sale to the sold-out WWE Hall of Fame ceremony Saturday, April the 2nd on WrestleMania Eve in Dallas. Fans purchasing tickets from us also receive free bonus gifts as described online. If you're going to be in the Big D for WrestleMania, you know you don't want to miss the Hall of Fame. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event, and the 2016 class is shaping up to be a great one. We've got an awesome deal in the MWF store through WrestleMania weekend. For every purchase made over $25, you'll receive both a free WWE t-shirt and a free autographed photo of 2016 WWE Hall of Fame inductee, The Godfather, as our thanks to you. We've got some great deals on the latest WWE t-shirts, action figures, and tons of great collectibles. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com now to take advantage of this great offer that's available while supplies last. Don't forget, we're going to be in Dallas as part of the WrestleCon convention, Friday, April the 1st, and Saturday, April the 2nd, joining thousands of fans from around the globe for a huge weekend celebration of our sport. MWF Heavyweight Champion Carlito, WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton, and WWE NXT alum Bull Dempsey will be joining us over the 2 days for autographs and posed photos. Pre-sale tickets are available online now at BostonWrestling.com. It's really going to be great to meet fans from all corners of the globe and for you to meet the superstars. Get your free month of WWE Network now. Click on the link below. Get WWE's Roadblock Special and WrestleMania 32 free live specials, weekly programming, thousands of hours of archives on demand. At its regular price of only $9.99 per month, it's an outstanding value. Please use our link below as WWE sends us a little thank you for sending fans their way. Finally, do your shopping on Amazon.com and WWEshop.com using our links below. You support indie wrestling with every purchase you make on either website, even non-wrestling items on Amazon. And the best part is it does not increase your cost one single penny. It's all work together to make indie wrestling great again. Road to WrestleMania is here. Don't miss a day over on the BostonWrestling.com super site. Like us at Facebook.com/MWF Action. Follow us on Twitter at MWF2001 and subscribe to our free YouTube channel featuring over 900 videos, along with our new on-demand pay-per-view platform, where you can both rent and buy some of our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD documentaries. Until we speak again, thank you for being a wrestling fan. You and yours, be well.